morning, friends. My name is Day. Welcome back to my channel. I am off today. It's a Tuesday and my plan is to get a lot of writing done or editing done. I have 2 chapters that I would like to go through today. I actually have already streamed this morning for an hour and a half and got some work done, so I'm hopefully going to be finishing chapter 23 soonish, and then I have chapter 24 to edit as well. That's my goal. I also would like to watch the first episode of Brandon Sanderson's new class. He released his first lecture on the weekend, but I was working, so I am going to watch that today and give you my thoughts and take some notes. But for right now, I need to get some laundry started, and then I have an appointment in less than an hour. So got some stuff to do. I'll take you with me a little bit, and then we'll be back to do some editing. You're so cute.
Here. Welcome to 2025 lecture series. These are lectures that I give at my local university, Three University, about science fiction and fantasy writing.
Okay, update. My writing today, or editing, has not been going very well. I've been feeling very distracted and just not focused. I have run a couple sprints, but I keep pausing the time and going to do something else. I was shopping for sheets at one point in time. I've been doing my laundry. I went out earlier for my appointment. I'm just a little bit distracted. I just decided impromptu to bath my dogs. Today is not their bath day, but now it is. They are not pleased with me, but here we are. So I feel like I'm procrastinating a little bit because I'm not feeling it. But I have been watching Brandon Sanderson's lecture, and that has been really good. I actually believe I watched the first and the second lectures from the previous iteration, and there's a good chunk of this that's similar to the previous lecture, although I'm enjoying this one more. He made a really good point early in the video about being a chef versus a cook, and basically a cook just takes this list of instructions and makes the thing, and then if something goes wrong with whatever they've made, they don't know why. They don't know why the taste is off or the change in temperature messed up how it came together, whatever. But he said a chef is somebody who can learn what each thing means. So yes, you have this list of instructions, but you know this specific ingredient tastes like this and will do this to the final product, and you can substitute and supplement, and basically you understand why the things come together instead of just following this list of instructions or writing tips or whatever to make your final product. So I thought that was a really cool little analogy that he made there, and it really kind of puts into perspective that you're not really looking for writing tips, you're looking to understand the pieces of the writing process and how they work for you and make your final product. So I like that a lot. He also, I just paused it, the section that I'm on right now, he was talking about when you are trying to go pro, usually your first 5 books are not great, and then he sold his 6th book, and Dan Wells sold his 6th book, and then somebody in the class sold their 7th book or something like that. So it had me thinking like, how many books have I actually written to completion? And so I was like, let me think on that. So for sure, I've written a sci-fi romance. I actually wrote it twice, but I'm gonna count it as one. I wrote a like sci-fi horror, which had a comp, like the only comp title I had for it was The Matrix, and I actually would really like to revisit that concept, but objectively the book was not good, so that was two. I wrote a fantasy romance about mermaids, and I think that was like my first dive into like a real fantasy world, and I think I did actually pretty good with the world building, but the actual story, not great. And then I wrote another fantasy romance. I didn't actually complete that one, but I did have the whole thing outlined. It had some problems story-wise, but I think, again, I did a really good job with creating the world. And then I wrote my witch book, which I will be going back to and finishing, because I wrote the witch book and then I wrote book 2 and book 3. Like, I finished the whole trilogy, so technically I have finished 8 books and I'm on book number 9, so this might be the one based off of his instructions or his guideline.
Curious, I like learning how people work.
Hello, it is 9:30 at night, same day, and I just got back from seeing Nosferatu. I'm undecided right now on how I feel. Of Robert Eggers' movies, I don't think this one was my favorite, but that doesn't mean I dislike it. It had its weird, extra weird moments, little side-eye moments, like, but for the most part, I think I liked it, so I'm gonna sleep on it, and I'll let you know. But writing-wise, I ended up actually getting 3 chapters done today. I'm so excited. I did 25, 24, and 23 today. I think I cut maybe 300, 400 words between the 3 chapters, so not a lot was changed. I added chapter 24 or 23, one of those 2 chapters I've added to my to review once more list. Currently it has chapter 15 on it, just because it's so long, and I'm thinking, I think I might have already said this, of inputting a scene where you see the event that kind of ties these 2 characters together years ago. I think I might do that, but I'm going to finish the book, or finish the draft first, and then review that, because it'll obviously add more words, which I don't want to do. But if it's necessary, I'd rather the book be right than it be short. So, other than that, I need to get unready. I have to work in the morning. It's past my bedtime already, so I'll see you tomorrow. Hello friends, good morning. It is Thursday the 23rd. I did not film yesterday, mostly because I wasn't feeling that great, but I did actually write. I did my 45 minutes, and then I did a little bit extra because I was watching Brielle's stream, so I did a couple sprints there, and I ended up finishing chapter 26, which I'm super duper happy about because it was a bit of a longer one, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get it done yesterday with how I was feeling, but I got it done. I'm very happy. I set myself up to start chapter 27 today. It's another longer one, but not like 14,000 words longer. It's like 10,000 words, which is fine. So I got up and got ready, and I just popped over to the library. I got The Anatomy of Genres by John Truby. I actually own this book. I have it on my Kindle or my Kobo. One of the two, but I was hoping like actually having the book physically will encourage me to read it. I have been reading through the horror section on my Kindle/Kobo, whatever one it is, but I was just hoping this would help me. I find with craft books I'm a little bit better when I actually have the book, and I didn't want to buy it if I don't actually like it. If I do, I will get my own copy. This one is well loved. There must be some writers in my city because this book looks like it's been through it a little bit. So either way, I got this book. I am going to go to Tim Hortons and get a tea, and then I will head back home and get to work. Also, I was one of the things that I did yesterday was do like a first edit of the clips that I've taken so far, and I definitely said in the clip about Brandon Sanderson and the amount of books that I've written 9 books. But if you like listen to the books that I list off, I've definitely only written, like, I'm on 8 right now, not 9. Like, I did this and then I did this, and somehow that became this. So minus 1 book, I apparently can't count. It's fine. I've written a bunch of books. That was the gist of what I was saying in that clip. So, you know, hindsight is 2020. Okay, I have not written 9, not yet, but I'll get there. Okay, Tim Hortons, and then let's get writing. Hello again. It is 2 o'clock on Thursday still. I am very firmly in procrastination station. I did 3 or 4 30-minute sprints. They were pretty good. I've cut a bunch from this chapter, but I feel like I'm gonna end up really close to baseline of what the chapter started as because I replaced a scene. But the one that I replaced it with is a little bit longer than what I took out, which is very on brand for me. Basically, I've mentioned before that I'm bad with travel scenes. And this chapter had a travel scene, and I realized that I have built in a magical ability with this character. I've mentioned it before, and this ability basically makes it so that I can cut out this whole travel section. She's used it before off page, and then there's also another character who's more prevalent, who has a point of view, who also has this ability and has used it on page. So I was like, I literally have this thing that I can use that requires no explanation because it's been mentioned before that she has it and somebody else has actually used it on page. That will streamline this whole process. But I also didn't want to just add it in and delete the scene, so I kind of built the scene around her using this ability. So in the end, what I think I cut like 260 words of that travel section and then added like 500 words. So like in the end, it still ends up as adding words, but I think this is way better and it utilizes an ability that this character has never actually used on page. So I was happy about that. That took some time. That was like a whole sprint to fix that one scene. And then I just been slowly editing my way through the chapter. I did those sprints and I feel like I should have gotten up between the sprints more because I feel like that's why I'm now no longer feel like editing, because I just sat here and kept working. So yeah, I booked a hair appointment for February. I've been shopping for keyboards. If you have keyboard recommendations, I want a nice clickety clackety keyboard. I've been looking at them for days and I'm like, I don't know which one to get. They're like semi-expensive, but I'm willing to pay the money. I just don't know anything about keyboards, so there's so many options and I'm confused. Anyways, if you have recommendations, please leave them in the comments down below. So I've been keyboard shopping. I just let the dogs out. I think I'm going to have a bit of lunch, do a little self-care, and then come back in a little bit. I have 13 pages left to edit, so it'll be done today. Just what time it's done, I'm unsure. Okay, bye. Hi friends, it is Friday morning and I am ready to get some work done. I did end up finishing chapter 27 yesterday, and even though I added in that replacement scene that was longer than what I took out, I still ended up cutting just shy of 400 words from the chapter, so did pretty good there. Today I have 2 chapters left to edit, 2 written chapters left. Chapter 28 and 29 both are relatively short. I looked at them yesterday, so I think I could probably get them done before lunchtime today, which would be awesome. It will not be the official end of my book, my draft 3, because I do need to still write the last interlude, and then I think I'm going to write that flashback scene and maybe ask betas if they think it's necessary or if it does anything, like if it adds anything to the plot. So I think I will write that, but I think I'll leave those little like finer details for another vlog, and I'll end this one once I finish editing the chapters that I've already written. So with that, let's get writing.
Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you on tonight.
Hi everybody. I'm here to wrap up this video. I wanted to give a few stats for my draft 3 as it stands right now. I cannot call it officially done. However, I have edited everything that I had written for draft 2. I ended up adding 2 chapters to the draft so far, but there are more to come in my final leg of this draft, which I will talk about in my next vlog. But for now, I've added 2 chapters. I ended up cutting this draft down a good little chunk. I cut 17,818 words from the draft. So from 214,522 words, the new current word count for this book is 196,704 words. She's under 200,000, and with what I'm adding, I'm really hoping to keep it that way, but I'm not sure because I for sure have 1 interlude to add and then potentially 1 chapter. So it might end up being just over 200,000 again, but I'm still really happy with cutting almost 18,000 words. I was confused because my document word count doesn't match my projected word count for how much I've cut versus what it was before. So I went through, and in this draft, I added to the beginning of main chapters poetry written by my male main character. So I counted it up, and I have 1,070 words of poetry spread throughout the book so far. That is also something that I will be adding more to when I do my finishing touches video. And then also the chapter headings were like 76 words, which is a lot, but I have a bunch of chapters. It's fine. So yeah, I cut almost 18,000 words from this draft so far. I'm super close to saying I'm finished. My goal was to have draft 3 done before February, and I have exactly 1 week from filming this right now. So I think it's doable. I'll probably start tomorrow on the bigger things that I need to finish and then add in the little things as I go. But yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very excited. I'm a little bit anxious because being done the draft means I need to start doing the other things like recruiting betas. And Malin in one of my streams mentioned it would be a good idea to do like a fake query and get some feedback on that, because that will make it easier for me to like pitch my story to people. So I want to do that, and that is also a little bit stressful and will require some work and learning on my part. But that's okay. That means that we are making progress when we're doing new things. So I'm very excited. Thank you everybody so much for watching. We are almost there. The next video will be the end, and I'm very excited. I hope you're doing well with your writing goals and any other goals that you have. Please let me know how everything's going in the comments below. And with that, I will see you somewhere on the internet.